In this video, I'm going to give you a base setup on how to shut down bunch offenses like gun bunch strong offset, bunch tight end, pistol bunch, single back. Does not matter what formation it is. If it's a bunch offense, this setup is going to help you shut that down. All right, let's go ahead and talk about the play that we're going to be using. Now, we're going to be using DB Fire 2, but you can use any cover 2. I just like to scheme with the DB Fire out of the $3.2 against bunch formations because you can scheme really easy coming off the edge from the left side, the right side, both sides, and really throw your opponent off. But whatever formation you're comfortable with, use a cover 2 out of that formation. Now let's jump into the coaching adjustments, and the two most important ones is going to be your zone drops flats and your zone drops curl flats. You're going to want to put your flats at 30 and you're going to want to put your curl flats at 5. I'll show you what that's going to look like when we get to the field. So let's jump into the practice field and show you how we set this play up. All right, so the adjustments we're going to be making against all bunch offenses, regardless if there's a solo receiver to the outside or if there's a tight end on the line on the opposite side of the bunch side, you're going to do the exact same adjustment. So what you're going to go ahead and do is man up the safety on the opposite side of the bunch side with the solo receiver slash tight end. So X is by himself away from the bunch side. So our safety on his side, we're going to man him up. So it's going to look like that. And then the cornerback on the opposite side of the bunch side, we're going to man him up against the running back, regardless if he's on the right side of the quarterback, left side, or behind the quarterback. We're going to man up the opposite side cornerback of the bunch side to the running back every single time. And then this DB on the outside right here, we're going to put him on a curl flat. Now, that's why we have our curl flats at 5 to 0 and our blue zones, which is going to be the soft squats or the hard flats, we're going to put that at 30. And then you're going to be using the user, and we're going to go ahead and bluff blitz. This is what I like to do. And I honestly like to keep my user sometimes somewhere over here because I know off rip the right side is going to be covered. And usually what I like to do is once they call hut is I'll run to the middle of the field and pick up whatever I need to. And it just gives me more time to see how the play is developing from the bunch side, coming from the opposite side of the bunch side. And you can also shoot gaps from this angle right here. You know, if they are coming right here, you can shoot the gap right here. If they're coming to the outside, you can shoot the gap right there. This play we're going to be going against the first time the running back's going to go on a route, so you can see what that's looking like, and then we'll run a play with the running back blocking, and you can see what the cornerback's going to be doing while the running back's blocking, even though we have a manned up. So let's go ahead and let him run the play and just show you what this is looking like. It's just your job to pick up whatever you can in the middle of the field. That's a very risky throw. Let's jump into the replay and show you what we're talking about right here. Now, when you're going against a real user and they snap the ball and they see that safety run straight to that receiver right there, I'm going to say 9 times out of 10, they're not making this pass. But because it is the computer, they are programmed to make the best pass possible. And you can see how everything is bagged up on the right side. The cornerback playing that 30 zone drop is going to take away the corner route. If they did put one of the receivers on a streak to get that concept with the flat, the corner, and the streak, we have our deep zone over there. And you can see we're bagging up the flat route right there with our curl flat that we put at 5. And then the running back is getting picked up by the cornerback on the left side. And we got pressure at a decent amount of time. Now, this isn't always going to happen with the pressure with the DB coming off the edge, just sending 4, but it happens more than it should. When you start playing against more advanced players, they probably will ID that guy and he will get picked up. But even if they pick him up, you will still get to the quarterback in a decent amount of time because you are sending 4 guys and everything is bagged up. You can see with my user, I came from the left side of the field and I just pick up whatever I need to. I kind of turned right here because I wasn't sure if it was going to be a drag or if it's going to be a slant, but he was doing a little sit down route. But everything is picked up. We get to the quarterback in a decent amount of time. That's how you're going to be able to bag bunch offenses like this. All right, now we're going to be showing you what it looks like with the running back actually blocking and what the cornerback's going to do. I'm basically going to get an extra vert hook from the cornerback that's manned up against the running back because he's blocking. Same exact setup, cross man on the opposite side of the bunch side, add a curl flat to the bunch side, and then we're just going to go ahead and let them run the play and watch what happens right here. Same thing with the user. It's your job to pick up whatever it is you need to pick up. And you get decent pressure because you're sending 4, but just see how everything is completely bagged up. Now, yes, I know your opponent can, you know, add route combos here and there, but let's jump into the replay and show you what this is looking like. We get pretty much everything bagged up. Now, this is going to require you to be a decent user and just know what to pick up depending on what your opponent is running. Right here, we did a good job of picking up that little inside outside route right here. And you can see on the left side, our man coverage over there picks up the outside receiver. And there's really nowhere to go on the right side. We got our flat, we got our deep 30, and we got our safety over the top. We basically create that square right there, and that's just like one of the best concepts when you're running a zone, and our user is just picking up whatever they need to, and we get to the quarterback in a decent amount of time. All right, so like I said, that's going to be your base setup against any bunch offense, but from there, you're going to want to start scheming. So like, let's say I want to send 5 guys instead of 4. The other vert hook, instead of keeping them on a vert hook, you're going to put them on a curl flat, and then you're going to do the same concept with the cross man on the opposite side of the bunch side. And once again, it's going to be your job to use the middle of the field. So it'll be something like this. Just to throw them off. Yes, I know you got one less guy in coverage, but your opponent's not going to know that you're scheming. You're sending 5 instead of 4. And another thing you can do, if you want to, have more people out in coverage, you don't have to blitz. You can keep this guy in a mid read or a vert hook and put this guy in a curl flat. And then with this other guy blitzing, especially if you have some good edge rushers, like let's say you're playing with the Chargers or the Raiders, and you got some guys to get to the quarterback, you can also put this guy in the zone over here, and you can just guard the middle of the field with the user. You can run something like this. You got to start scheming. You don't just want to run the same setup every single time. That's just going to be your base setup. But definitely give this a try and let me know how it's working for you.